Hi there, my name is Andrea Welling. Thanks so much for joining me. This is a presentation for the Provincial Instructor Diploma Program, and it's about a feedback instrument for students called the Muddiest point. When students are part of our presentations and our lectures, they may walk away being confused. Sometimes you may be able to read that body language yourself, but some of them are very quiet and you may not know what's really going on in their head. And so I fully agree with Brookfield that making sure we ask students for their feedback is an important part of our teaching practice. Brookfield and the Skillful Teachers suggests a wonderful question to solicit this feedback. He says, what was the muddiest point you encountered in the material covered in class today? With this question, students can then really think about, well, what did they hear today? What was in the material today? And what might I be confused about? What is some of the gaps? Where am I thinking, is my thinking unclear? And it's an excellent opportunity for students to really consider what they don't know. The other thing that this instrument will have them do is, as they're sorting through what they don't know, they will also start to think about what they do know. And this can be very powerful in their learning and in trusting the learning process and in trusting you as an educator. One caution about using the Muddiest point is that we want to make sure we're doing it at some point in the process where students do already have some learning and knowledge. If we start asking students what they're confused about in the very beginning, they may feel that this is quite annoying to them, or that it's prodding them, or it's a bit of a game, because most students need time to learn. And if we're asking them to clarify what they don't know, they may not trust us and push back. In terms of the format for the Muddiest point, I'm suggesting that you may want to do it in a written format that students would be doing near the middle or the end of the class, and that to make sure that the format has both structure and openness. In this format, you'll see there's lots of white space that provides a lot of openness, but then there's also places where students can circle the topics. Some students will naturally have a learning style where they'll think very creatively and spontaneously about what's confusing them. Some students, though, will draw a blank. And then with the topics listed on your instrument, you can make sure that they have a place to actually circle them. Make sure then to gather all this information as soon as possible. Make sure you analyze it, and make sure you make a plan to implement what the students have asked you. When students give you their time to give you feedback, you must respect that and make sure that they know that you respect the feedback and that you want them to learn from what they've asked. Something that's really important, though, I think the most important part about any feedback instrument, and when we're asking students to give us feedback, is to really do it in a way that isn't judgmental. If students sense that they're going to be quizzed, that there's going to be a righteousness to how we're asking about their feedback, or that we're somehow going to think that they are unintelligent or stupid for not knowing, students will not be open with their feedback. We want to make sure that students feel there's an openness, that they feel relaxed, that they feel able to really say exactly what they need to say in terms of giving us their feedback. In conclusion, the Muddiest point is a great way to create sticky learning. And our students have come to actually learn something. And so as teachers, we need to do that in some sticky ways. And the ways that we can help ourselves do that is to get feedback from students through instruments such as the Muddiest point. I hope that you take some time to get feedback from your students, and I hope this helps improve your learning and teaching practice. Thanks so much for being part of my presentation today, and happy teaching.